Hi, this is TerapyHealingCrystals.com, and this is the astrology report for the week of November 9th through November 15th. So on Wednesday, we have Mars and Saturn. They're going to be in a semi-square, and it's going to feel like they're preventing you from moving forward, okay? You've got plans, you're ready to go, and then it just seems like one thing after another is trying to stop you. This energy is meant to teach you patience. It's meant to enhance your ability to manage circumstances beyond your control. That sounds really great, but it's not going to make you feel any better. What will make you feel better is that Mars has recently moved into Aquarius. And this really kind of ups Mars's energy. You know, Mars is the planet of aggression. Mars is the planet that helps us to take action. Now it's in Aquarius, and you're going to feel a little rebellious. You're going to want to try to do things a different way. You're not going to want to feel stuck by plans, by schedules, by timetables. You're actually going to want to feel free, and it's going to be more empowering if you don't have anything holding you back. So think about that. When you get stopped, when your plans don't go the way that you want them to, say to yourself, hey, let's think about this. This might actually work in my favor because that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Don't let yourself feel like you're being stopped for good, because you're not. You're just supposed to find a different way to get to where it is that you want to go, and you will find that way, and you'll have a much better time getting there anyway. Thursday, so now Saturn and Pluto are going to be working together, and this energy will actually help you to make progress, but it's going to do it in a different kind of way. You've got two very demanding planets, and they both want to help you get ahead, but they both have very different ways of doing it. Saturn wants you to pay attention to your schedules, to your plans. Saturn wants you to be logical and analytical, and look at things in a very confined sort of a way, while Pluto wants you to look at the cycles. Pluto wants you to, and if you think about it, cycles are actually more instinctual. So what Pluto wants you to do is they want you to just kind of go with your instinct, while Saturn wants you to create a plan and go with that. Of course, like usual, whenever you're dealing with these kinds of energies, the best way to use them is to bring them together and find the mix that's going to work specifically for you. Maybe you're more comfortable having a little bit more of a plan to back you up so that you feel a little more grounded, a little more steady. Maybe you're more comfortable just kind of going with whatever happens. Whatever it is, okay, try to incorporate both of these as you're moving ahead, and that's really going to help you to see a lot of progress, and it's going to help you to feel more in control of the situation than you might initially think. You might be thinking to yourself, it just sounds like whatever. It really doesn't. It's going to feel a lot different. If you think about it, a lot of times, if you just trust your instincts and go with that, it's about timing. That's what Pluto really wants you to pay attention to, is timing. Not just your own personal timing, but also the timing of your environment, the timing of your plans. Timing is everything. So do your schedules, but do it based upon instinct. Think about, all the little factors that are involved, and it's going to help you. It's really, Wednesday and Thursday are both excellent days to focus on your goals, to start figuring out how you're going to get to where you're going to go, and start taking some steps. Even though the energy may feel like it's not that way, it actually is really empowering, helpful energy. Then on Friday, you're going to have Mercury and Jupiter. They're going to be in a semi-square, and what that's going to do is that they're going to stimulate you mentally, okay? Remember, you're dealing with Jupiter. Jupiter is all about going big. You're dealing with Mercury. Mercury is all about how we process and communicate information. So you put these two together, it could feel like there's a lot going on in your head, a lot going on around outside of you, and it could feel a little bit overwhelming, okay? However, it's kind of going to be a good overwhelming. It's like going to the amusement park on a busy day, It's kind of exciting and it's kind of thrilling, at the same time, it's a little exhausting too, okay? So do what you can to keep yourself grounded. That's really going to help you to use the energy. Remember, you're going to be distracted. That's okay. Allow yourself to be distracted, all right? This is a time when you kind of want to let your mind go outside of its usual functioning. You know, usually we have like our, you know, we have a set schedule. And this is a time when, you know, it's okay. Let your mind go where it wants to go today. Just do what you can to keep it positive, okay? You don't want to let, you know, give you idle time, because what's going to happen is your mind is going to be all active anyway. It's going to want to go somewhere. And it could head into negative territory if you allow it to. So it's up to you to keep yourself engaged in a positive manner. Okay, so that's how you can control the energy and make it work for you. Saturday. So on Saturday we have the Sun and Chiron are going to be in a trine. And this, again, this is very empowering energy. A lot of times we undermine ourselves by being indecisive and uncertain. Sometimes that's a warning signal that you need to think things over a little bit more before you proceed. But a lot of times we use it as an excuse to just avoid change and inhibit our growth, because it seems easier to just leave things as they are than push ourselves forward, okay? That's not a healthy way to live. Life is about expansion, and that's how we attain abundance, and that's how we advance in our lives. So you don't want to fall into those patterns where, you know, you're doing everything you can to avoid change, and all that's doing is creating a lot of stress in your life, when if you just go with the change, you'd be creating abundance in your life, okay? My whole point of babbling about this is because on Saturday, that's going to be a lot easier, because the Sun and Chiron are in a trine, and they're going to be erasing a lot of those doubts and a lot of those worries that are usually stopping you from feeling comfortable moving ahead and making changes in your life that you know are going to be healthy ones for you, and you know are really going to benefit you. So if there's something that you've been avoiding, there's something that or there's something that you've wanted to do but you've been a little hesitant, Saturday is definitely your day to do it. Here we go. Okay, so Sunday. So on Sunday, you might feel as if you gained some ground on Saturday. You overcame your doubts. You started making, you started moving towards something that's really important to you. And the energy had you feeling very prepared and in charge of your present and your future. And you were just all like, I got this all. Well, now Uranus is moving in, and when Uranus moves in, it's just got to throw everything up in the air and see where it lands, because that's what Uranus does, and that's its point. It's very comfortable working within an orderly environment, and we all do it. We all try to create, even when we think, oh, we're so crazy, we're so rebellious. Really, we're doing it in an orderly fashion, because that's our nature. It's very overrated though, because sometimes it's not a lot of fun. The real fun comes when you're operating spontaneously, and that's what's going to happen on Sunday, okay? So if you feel like, you know what, I did all this work, I had all these plans, everything's all set, that's what I've been doing all week, and now Sunday, everything's up in the air. That's okay, that's good. Let it go up in the air, and then you're going to bring it all back together. And what you're going to be left with is going to be stronger and better for you than what you started off with, because that's the point of it. Again, you want to look at it with a positive attitude, okay? Remember, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be chaotic sometimes. That's how it's meant to be. You want to be operating freely within this atmosphere, and then you can decide where you want it to take you. But you can make that decision as you are adjusting and adapting to the environment, instead of trying to make the environment be what you want it to be. Okay? You're going to work with the energy. Let it do what it needs to do for you. Don't fight it. Okay? Monday. So on Monday, you've got Mars and the Moon. They're going to be in a transit. And that's going to illuminate the greater value of healthy opposition, okay? A lot of times we look at conflict as being unhealthy, as being unpleasant, because we look at it as an all or nothing kind of a situation. But the truth is, really, opposition is very empowering for us. It's very healthy, and it can do so much for us. And a lot of that's going to come to light on Monday when you're working within this kind of energy, where it shows you all the good that can come from it. The bottom line is, you just don't know what you're capable of until you're tested, and that's how this energy will feel. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Like, hey, I dealt with this, and I kept going, and that's great. Okay, you're going to discover new strengths. You're going to reinforce ones that you already have, and you're going to end the day feeling really proud of yourself because you made everything work out just the way that you wanted it to. You faced down any obstacles that were in your way, and you overcame them and actually gathered them and used them as a tool rather than looking at them as something you just had to push out of your way. Okay, that's think about that. That's pretty good energy. Now on Tuesday, what's going on Tuesday? Okay, so Tuesday we have Mercury and Mars. This is really interesting. Mercury is in Sagittarius. Mars is in Aquarius. You have the perfect mix of optimism and inquisitiveness, coupled with idealism and a quest to make things better. You can do some amazing things with this energy, okay? It's going to motivate you. It's going to inspire you. It's going to help you be inspirational to other people, and it's going to help you gain inspiration from those around you, okay? You're just going to feel whatever it is that you're doing. It could just be like going to the mailbox. You're just going to feel encouraged. It's like there's a bunch of cheerleaders behind you going, yay, you did it. That's how the energy is going to feel to you on Tuesday. And when you feel that kind of optimism and encouragement, you know that you have the power to just make your world a better place, whether it's for you personally or for other people, because everything benefits everything. Remember, we're all connected. So if you do something good for yourself, you're doing something good for the whole world. All right? And that's what's really going to be driven home on Tuesday. One of the most important ways that you can use this energy, a lot of times we look at our past, our history, as kind of a burden, something that's holding us back, something that we have to kind of drag around with us. This energy can show you how to use it as a strength. It can show you how to use it, again, as something that will encourage you. Just think for a minute how it would feel if you were encouraged by your history instead of feeling like beating yourself up over things that you did or you didn't do. Okay? What if it was something motivational? What if you could use that as something to help you move forward and create more abundance in your life, rather than something that's preventing you from doing that? That's pretty powerful energy, and that's the kind of thing that you could realize on Tuesday if that's one of the situations that you're feeling in your life. So that's just something to watch out for on Tuesday. Tuesday is like really, really good energy. And again, if there's something in your life that you feel like is holding you back, this is a good day to face up to it, because you could break right through it. Okay, so here's the crystals that I'm carrying with me this week. First of all, labradorite, the perfect crystal to initiate and welcome change in your life. Your life is going to change anyway. You cannot prevent it, no matter how hard you try. Trust me, we've all done it. I know I have. Labradorite can help you to welcome it, to see the good in it, and also it will help you have some patience and know that, sometimes we make up our mind, we're like, you know what, I'm going for it, and we want it all to happen right away, and it doesn't. And that can lead to disappointment. Labradorite will remind you it's about the journey, it's not about the destination, and things don't happen all at once. Anything of value is going to take time, and it's going to take effort. Labradorite will remind you of that and help you to keep feeling encouraged as you keep moving forward, okay? What else am I doing? Bloodstone. Bloodstone is great for support. It's going to help you find resources. It's going to help you look within yourself and use yourself as a resource, okay? Bloodstone can help you feel self-motivated and self-empowered. And again, going back to looking at your history as a strength instead of a weakness, okay? And it'll also remind you to do what feels right for you, because when you do that, then everything just kind of falls into place, all right? And finally, Malachite, because you're going to need some stamina. It's a busy week, and you want to make sure that everything you do, your mindset, your spirit, your physical actions, everything is healthy and working in your favor. And if you're mindful about that, and you that's your intention, then that's what's going to follow. Don't forget to check out the weekly and daily horoscopes on healingcrystals.com and on our Facebook page, Crystal Talk. Have a very powerful, happy, magical, and a wonderful week.